Welcome to the Goof and Goober Show. You decide who's the goof and who's the goober. Join Matthew and Regan as they talk all things from their own personal life questions to reviews on movies and TV shows. Now, your hosts, Regan and Matthew.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the Goof and Goober the Goof and Goober Show. If you did not show up for our pregame, our pre-show, definitely one you're gonna wanna. You can't listen to it. Actually, sorry.
We'll make them comment. Make them comment.
Yeah, we'll make you freaking do it. But whatever. We had a freaking fire pre-show. We had a little debate going on. A little heated debate. So show up to the pre-show. We have a lot of fun. We enjoy our time. Just boys being boys, having a good time. My final comment for our debate is that going to a cruise, you're going to have to be very prepared to go to a cruise, and it isn't something you just pick up and go to whenever you want. You got to put some time ahead, and
let everyone know I called the cruise line in the pre-show, and they admitted that it was far easier than planning a camping trip.
Yeah, so hard. But that's not what we're discussing today. We're going to be talking about Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, the second installment of Miles Morales' universe of Spider-Man. And so we're going to talk a little bit about that. We're going to have some fun. We're gonna this is probably going to be a little bit of a shorter video because we've literally been spending the last hour and 15 minutes arguing. So it's already been a really long podcast for us.
Really
We might keep in a little bit of our debate. We'll see. But here today, I have my buddy Regan, as per usual. Regan, we took a week off. We spent Memorial Day with our families. We just had a good time with our fam. And tell us a little bit about that. I know you made a post. You guys were doing some stuff. Tell us a little bit about your Memorial Day and what you were doing for the last week.
Oh, geez, the Memorial Day. What did we do in the Memorial Day? I know that, if you follow us on Instagram, and if you haven't, you got to be there. You got to get there. We got our, I don't know if you're going to do this, Matthew. Are you going to introduce our manager?
Yeah. Let's do it.
Well,
do it.
Right
just
now,
tell us about your
I'm going to tell you, but we had, like I said, follow us on social media, Instagram, all that stuff. Guys, I had a great time. A family weekend, and it was, oh gosh, sorry, the chat's blowing up right now.
We've got some Twitch streamers and some chatters.
Yeah, they go off a little far.
They say the darndest things.
But guys, I had a really good family weekend, especially now that my son's here for the summer. So we went swimming. We what else did we had Memorial weekend was actually the wedding weekend. And that was pretty fun. That was a good old wedding that the boys were in. And then it was good to have a day just with the family, get some ice cream, sat down, and just got to talk. I love talking with my fam. I love my family. What about you, Matt?
Yeah. So last week, Kaylee and I, my wife, took our child Scarlett to see Super Mario Bros. It was the first movie that Scarlett, she didn't sit fully through the movie, but enough to where it was pretty pleasant. My wife hadn't seen Super Mario Bros. And I think she liked, from what I remember she loved the movie. She thought it was funny. And yeah, we went and grabbed dinner.
Hang on. Go. I gotta. My dog is out and I can't find her.
Oh gosh, he's got this dog. It's a pit bull. It's an okay type of dog, but whatever. I'm just kidding. Yeah, we went to dinner and we had dinner at the movie theater. They had food there. It was a really good time. It was a great Memorial Day. We spent pretty much all day together. I don't think we did anything. Huh? What? Oh, we went to the zoo. That's right. We went to the zoo. How could I forget? We went to the zoo, and the zoo was fun. Her brother has a child,
Dude,
so he came and hung out with us. What's up?
I'm so sorry. My dog got spaded, and I'm trying to make sure that I didn't see her, and so I was freaking out that she's over there messing with her big incision, and just blood pouring everywhere across my carpet. But
yeah, that carpet needs to get changed anyway, so it might be good for you.
No, now
so yeah, we went to the zoo. We went to the movie theater.
Yeah.
And we saw Super Mario Bros. We spent all day together, and it was a really good day. I really, really had a good day. So yeah, that's kind of how I spent my Memorial Day. Now, to the big news. To the big news.
Big news, fam.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a new member to the Goof and Goober show. She's really, really beautiful. She's like, ooh, she's so pretty. She's so freaking pretty. It's my wife. She's going to be coming on board with the Goof and Goober show as our social media manager. So any of the posts that you guys see on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, any of that content, that'll be coming from my wife. She is a good creative individual. So round of applause for my wife for coming on board.
You got it.
I got a freaking clap and applause, baby. Let me know when it's done because I can't hear.
Yeah, it's done.
Oh, okay. Welcome aboard, Kaylee. You are officially a part of the Goof and Goober show. I love you, babe.
She did it. And she's killing it. She's literally
killing it.
Killing
Let me give you her stat line. Let me give
me the stats. Give me the stats. What's the stats?
Okay. Here's the stat line.
Wait, give it.
Oh,
did you?
There she is.
There she is. Okay.
There she is.
The
Get back
new
over here.
part of the GGs.
Show your face. This is my
You've
wife.
seen her. Everyone's seen her before.
You guys have seen her. She's joining the crew. She's joining the gang. She's going to be
The whole
posting
gang
for us. And so far,
since last
Thursday of last week.
So was that 5 days?
5 days. Yep. 5 days. She has made 4 content posts. And we've increased our follower count by 22 since she started posting. So big shout out to her. That's her content.
That's huge. Keep it up.
Also, if you've made it to this point, we do have a giveaway.
Yeah.
When we hit 100 followers on Instagram,
yep,
we're going to be giving away a couple prizes.
Well, on any social
shipping.
media.
We're going to send it out. But yeah, on Instagram, we're at like 72. But
that's the quickest
any
way.
social media account that we have that hits 100 followers, we're gonna do a giveaway.
Yeah,
and that's coming from our freaking pockets, man.
Mm-hmm.
That's coming out of freaking pockets.
Yeah.
So
lots of money has been spent for this freaking thing. So much freaking money.
So much freaking money. So follow. The rules is that you follow on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. You follow on all those places, and then you comment on our picture. We'll make sure to pin it on our Instagram. Comment it on our picture. Let us know what your favorite movie of 2022 was, and what your most anticipated movie is going to be in 2023 for the rest of the year.
Or you can comment, do you think it takes
Ooh.
more planning to go to the boundary waters or
Some people
go on
don't
a
know what the
cruise?
boundary waters are, but yeah.
Go on a extravagant, what do you call it? Off-grid camp experience.
Yeah. Keep adding words to the boundary waters to make
You
it
asked
sound
me,
more...
they said nobody knew what boundary waters, so I explained it. You literally asked.
Keep adding words to it to make it sound like it's bigger than what it is.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna jump into Across the Spider-Verse here in a moment.
Mhm.
But before I do that,
Oh gosh.
it is June.
Yeah.
It is June 5th.
Uh-huh.
And guess what, ladies and gentlemen? We haven't done a freaking jerk off yet.
Oh gosh.
In June. So for the first episode in June, we're gonna take the next 5 minutes to evaluate Regan's jerk off and my jerk off. So
next 5 minutes each?
Well, a couple minutes. We'll see how it flows.
Okay.
But as we start here, and Regan, you can start getting some music, getting ready. I'll explain the rules. Little did you guys know, Regan and I, we jerk it quite a bit. Okay. Been jerking it since I don't even know how long. It's been a long time. Ever since, the like 2000s, maybe somewhere around there, we've been jerking it. And we want to see the jerk life expand. We want other people to jerk it in front of their friends, in front of their family members, cousins, teachers, because it's a form of art. Okay? It is an art form. It isn't something that is lightly used. When you jerk it, you got to jerk it fast, and you got to jerk it hard. And you can't be uncoordinated with your jerk, because if you get uncoordinated with your jerk, you'll never hit the speeds or the milestones that you'll ever hit.
Yeah.
And so, Regan, as for the jerk off of June, please take it away.
Okay, just gonna make sure the audio can be able to. Just gonna make sure that's.
And the audience members, if you guys want to jerk it too, and you want to take some notes before you start jerking it, take a look at Regan, and he'll give you some idea on what the jerk is.
All right, everyone, get up. Let's go. Come on, everyone. Let's get going. Get up. All right. There's the build up, everyone. You don't necessarily have to get into the jerk right off the bat, but it takes a little bit, but you gotta get a little bit into it. Just wait for the beat to drop. But you can get into it here. Get the hips moving. Oh boy. And feel the beat and you're in the wilderness. You're running through. And now you're running. What are you seeing? What is it? Oh no! A wolf! Get out of there! You're face to face with a bear. Now you gotta fight. Protect yourself! Protect yourself! Ah. Oh, he's a strong one! Not gonna let him get this one. Woo! Oh! Oh, jeez. All right, now. Get on that nice little jog, everyone. Everyone. Oh. Okay, guys. Regan, I'm not feeling so good. Jerk it. I need you to jerk it harder. I'm feeling so good right now, Matthew. I don't think I can do it. I need your power. I'm giving it to you. Come on, jerk it up. Where's the freaking beat drop? Oh. Oh.
Inhale.
Matthew,
Inhale.
you got to jerk it hard for this one. Do it. Oh! I'm feeling it now. Wow. Oh gosh. Once. That was amazing. No. Never again, man. Never again. That's how it is.
I freaking jerked it so freaking hard.
If you're listening on the podcast, just audio, you guys freaking missed it. If you guys were feeling it though, you know it. You know it. You know what you felt, and you were going at it with us and jerking it with us. Oh man,
There's nothing better. I will say this. There's nothing better than jerking it with my best friend. Jerking
there's
it
no
hard.
better jerk off that you want than with your best friend.
Exactly. And I'll freaking continue to jerk off with you.
Anytime, anywhere, just name the time and place, baby.
Well,
No
ladies and
planning
gentlemen,
necessary.
to get the bloods flowing, to get blood in our brains,
Uh-huh.
we freaking gave it a quick jerk. Now we're going to jump into some content about Spider-Man. Across the Spider-Verse, sorry.
Across the Spider-Verse.
My fault.
Sorry.
I freaking had a bowl of cereal before, and I'm a little bit out of shape.
Oh gosh.
I don't freaking jerk it enough. So,
Not enough. Never enough.
but okay.
you
We're
can
gonna
do
take
it,
some
man.
breathing measures. Okay, so, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna talk about some Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. We're gonna cover a little bit of synopsis here.
Yeah.
Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. After reuniting with Gwen Stacy, Brooklyn's full-time, friendly neighborhood Spider-Man is catapulted across the multiverse, where he encounters a team of spider people charged with protecting his very existence. However, when the heroes clash on how to handle a new threat, Miles finds himself pitted against the other spiders. He must soon redefine what it means to be a hero so he can save the people he loves most.
It's true.
Directors:
Find it.
Joaquim Santos, Kemp Powers, Justin K. Thompson. We've got some of our cast members. Hailee Steinfeld as Ghost Spider. Shameik Moore as Miles Morales. We got Oscar Isaac as Miguel O'Hara. I didn't know Oscar Isaac was in this movie. Shoot. Okay.
He was Miguel.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Dude.
Daniel Kaluuya, Spider-Punk. Jake Johnson as Spider-Man. And Brian Tyree Henry as Jefferson Davis. This, ladies and gentlemen, we have put our general non-spoiler review on our Instagram. We are not going to go over that again. So this is officially your spoiler warning. If you have not seen the movie, go back, go check out a theater near you, go watch it, come back, let's have a chat. Let's hang out. So this is your spoiler warning. Spoiler warning!
Spoiler. 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 You're so bad, dude. You're so freaking bad.
Oh
I
yeah,
cannot
baby.
believe that you're doing that right now.
I'm
I cannot-
so freaking sweaty right now. Well, I freaking thought I was gonna wait for you to be done, and then I'm freaking jerking it while you were jerking it.
Dude,
That was crazy.
Never. I'll freaking jerk it so freaking hard, man.
If you haven't gotten the joke of what the jerk it's from, it's from the dance The Jerk. You do the jerk, 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 jerk.
Oh yeah.
That's where we got that from.
I
So,
didn't even know that, to be honest. I just thought we made it up.
well, we did kind of make it up, but I kind of made it up.
Off of that. Yeah.
Off of that, yeah. So that's kind of how our relationship works. I make up everything. I talk about everything.
Don't even.
Regan just follows.
Please.
It's just a big old thing.
Get out of here.
You know.
Shut your freaking trap.
Let's jump into some Spider-Verse. Before we do
dude,
that,
that's what we're
I wanted to
doing.
get your rating and your little quick synopsis of Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, the first one with Miles Morales.
Yeah.
Yep.
So the first Spider-Man, Spider Into the Spider-Verse. Wow. What a movie. That is a movie that I love to watch with my son. It's a movie that you can just really sit down and watch with your child, because it's the cartoon that, it's a newer cartoon that was kind of more newish and not a whole lot of people did. And so for someone like me, it was new and I liked that, as well as it had a great story, and you could just watch that over and over. I watched that movie over and over again with my son. But that whole, that kind of like my synopsis, oh gosh, of that is with the teen guy, Miles Morales. He becomes the Spider-Man of this universe, and he must join with, like, was it 5 other spider powered individuals, spider people, yeah, from different dimensions to stop basically a big old threat of all realities. So yeah, so that's my little synopsis.
What's your rating?
For this one, I mean, 5 out of 5. It's I to be honest, I haven't watched it in a while. I haven't watched Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse a hot second. You know what I mean? But it's 5 out of 5, no doubt. So good. You got so much in that you just love. People love the unit, like the multiverse, and especially like Spider-Man, when you bring in different characters like Gwen, or just the Miles Morales, or just the Peter Parker, or like the pig spider.
Oh yeah.
Or like who was Nick Cage Spider
Noir.
Yeah, like all those guys. Like, but it's like so fun to see those different Spider-Mans, and like, because everybody loves Spider-Man, not just because he's just this teenage guy, but he's got the personality that everybody likes, like the Tony Stark type personality, but he's still a teenager and you really relate. And I feel like people in society really just love like a teenage type character, if that makes sense. And people go for that hardcore. But soon enough, Miles Morales isn't going to be a teenager anymore. He's growing up.
He gonna be an adult.
Mm-hmm.
He gonna be an adult. Well, good. Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, I'm gonna also give it a 5 out of 5. It's one of my favorite Spider-Man movies of all time. It's up there, and the reason is, first off, I didn't even see this one in theaters, to be honest with you. I thought this was like a side story or like a kids show movie. I didn't think it would have any impact to the actual MCU story, if you will, or have any relevance to it.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't even go see it, to be honest with you, in theaters. I only saw it actually when you and your son came over and we watched it.
Man,
and
you're welcome.
what? Thanks, man.
I've introduced you to some of your favorite movies in the world, and I didn't even know.
And TV shows.
Mm-hmm.
One of my favorite TV shows of all time,
Last Man on
Earth. Easily my top 5 TV shows of all time.
Right.
Right. But yeah, I didn't see it in theaters. I wasn't really interested in it. I watched it.
Right.
Loved the visual effects. Loved the animation, and the story just hit me, and it was like, okay, I could see things from a different viewpoint, and like it was something that's like they had never done with Spider-Man before. This was before Homecoming or No Way Home, so we didn't have multiple Spider-Men in one movie before. And it really, like, personally, like, there's some parts where it's just like, oh, that's deep. Like when they were talking about what's the bald guy's name? Oh my gosh.
The bald guy.
Yeah, big bald guy. The villain, the main villain.
Oh, is it Wilson Fisk?
Main villain into the Spider-Verse.
Yeah, Fisk. Wilson's Fisk.
Yeah, but Kingpin. That's what he's known. That's his name. Kingpin. The story of him losing his daughter and his wife.
Right.
That was just like, oh, I kind of sympathize with them a little bit. I was like, man, I probably would do the same thing for my family, try to figure out some way to get them back. But it also, like, taking a kid and having another Spider-Man train the kid, I thought was really awesome, because you got guys who've done it for a long time who are now teaching this kid who's never done it, and come to find out should have never been Spider-Man, technically.
Right.
Teaching him how to be Spider-Man. And I really like the fact that they reference some of the MCU Spider-Man that we have in that movie, which really, really, really was awesome, because I was like, hey, that's Andrew Garfield Spider-Man. That's that guy. That's him, man. That's him. Or, that's Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man.
Dude,
and,
I love that.
Yeah. So I thought that was awesome. And so, yeah, I give it a 5 out of 5. Like I said,
Into the Spider-Verse or across
Spider-Verse, into the Spider-Verse. Yeah. So, but yeah, wanted to talk a little bit about that just quickly. Maybe we'll do a video of a little bit longer, little review or something, but
yeah,
we'll see. I know.
Did they in the Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, was there a mention or a, what do you call it? Like mention, whatever, of Tobey Maguire?
Yeah, he shows the dance. He's like, and I did this.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah. I feel like they should have actually just shown that. Well, I guess it was
that would have been hilarious.
They should have, but like that would have been a different Spider-Man.
Right. True.
So it wouldn't make sense. I bet they wanted.
But anyway, we'll do like so what I'm thinking we'll do is on Instagram, we'll like pick movies that we really like, do like a little bit more of a formal video dedicated to that movie. Just a quick, like, 40-second synopsis of our thoughts on it. But we really liked it. Let's jump into Across the Spider-Verse, because that is the actual topic for today. I just wanted to get the prequel here. Man, I don't even know where to start with this movie.
So much.
We start in this movie, and it actually starts off as feeling like a Gwen Stacy, or the Gwen Stacy movie. We're just like, oh, we're gonna get a lot of Gwen in this. Yeah. We go back to her backstory. We go and learn more about, how her and her father, a story behind the relationship between her and her father was, and the similarities between her and Miles and all of the other, Spider-Men that are out there.
Right.
And so the first villain that we see in the movie is actually Vulture, a paper version of Vulture, a Renaissance paper version. And so I just want to get your thoughts on that, because low key, I thought that was one of the coolest parts of the whole movie, was that whole sequence.
I think the only thing I have, and that would be kind of against this whole movie, is just the different animations that they brought into it, and it kind of made it a little bit confusing, especially in this part. And I was just, it was just a lot being thrown at the viewer. I think there was so much that was going on, and it was a lot of visual effects that they put a lot of effort, and I credit them for what they did there, because that must have been so difficult to try to take one type of visual effect and combine it with a completely different background and set of like art. So it really, and it really worked hand in hand, but at sometimes it was just like, what the heck am I looking at right now? And especially like in Gwen Stacy's world, I don't know if you noticed that, but like the background, you can never really tell like what it was.
It was like shadowy or
and so like
a little bit.
And it just made it so like interesting to look at. But I think it was more to focus a lot more on the characters in Gwen's world. But then, but like that whole thing with the vulture, and super sweet, especially, you know, the intro to basically the entire the Spider movie, and being that attention grabber. I think it really got our attention because the vulture is a well-known nemesis in the Spider-Verse, and then kind of a twist, especially being an older vulture back in the
or a different type of vulture,
and the different gadgets it had and whatnot. And so I love this part. It was great. And like I said, like it was kind of hard to like grasp my eyes on what I was looking at, but it was so cool. And they do this throughout the entire movie. And I think that's what makes it so much of a difficult movie to make in some sense, because you have to have so many creators in different worlds and combine those creations into those. And so that's kind of like
I think that's what makes the movie. I think that's what makes the movie unique.
It really does.
I think at first, so I agree with you. When we first got through the vulture scene, I was like, what am I looking at? Like, it's cool. It was really cool, but it was like I had to really think and pay attention,
right?
Because you're just like, but what's this and what's this?
Right.
How did they mesh this character with this world? Like, it was crazy because it was. And I agree with you. But I also think that's a plus to the movie because no other show or movie has done that.
No,
in my opinion.
I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I think like for me, like at the beginning, I was like, what the heck am I looking at? And it was kind of hard, but like at the end, it is like, it's a masterpiece. And sure. I was also going to say like this whole movie, I guess if we want to go with the whole movie, but like, this is kind of what I wanted Doctor Strange across in his multiverse thing to be like, that you're getting glimpses of more of him in different universes. And you don't get that whole thing. You have him in different universes, but you don't see any of the other Doctor Stranges and how they act and how they're prepped and just a lot more different Doctor Stranges that are
of the same
guy, because in this movie you get thousands of Spider-Mans that you get a view, and you get a little snippet of them, as well as there's other Spider-Mans that they really focused on, and you see a little bit of their world and what that looks like. And for me, that's huge. Like, and I love that because there's so many different Spider-Mans that have been made just throughout the years, and they brought all those pretty much together. I mean, what's his face?
Can we applaud? Who like what? Was it the MCU that created this?
This is like Sony and MCU. It's Sony
MCU.
Sony MCU, because Sony has rights to Spider-Man, but hey.
Oh, Spider-Man Beyond the Spider-Verse comes out in 2024. Only a year from
Congrats, guys. Congrats.
What?
Great job.
What happened?
I sent out a clapping thing. Oh wait, it was I didn't do
can't
live.
hear that.
I didn't do live. Now it is. There it is. My bad. I'm a tech guy.
So it comes back. It comes out March 29th of 2024, which I'm really excited about because I even told Regan it's going to be another 5 years until they make another one or something like that. Because it took them 5 years to make this one.
Yeah.
But can we just applaud Sony for, first off, they usually make crappy movies because we've got what was the one? Venom, the second Venom was not very good. We got Morbius. Morbius was horrible.
Oh gosh.
What other movies have Sony? Sony's just been unlucky.
They're not the best.
They're not the best. But what I will say is that they made 65. That wasn't a good movie, unfortunately.
Okay, yeah. I mean, I rewatched that actually. Whatever. I kind of liked it. Actually, they're not too bad. I mean, they did White Chicks.
The story was horrible.
Casino Royale, Spider-Man 3. I mean, Pixels.
As of recent, over the past couple years.
Ready Player One. I mean, The Nice Guys, Jumanji.
Just because they have their name on it, though. What I'm talking about is the MCU movies that they've made haven't been.
They made The Notebook, dude.
Oh gosh,
George Foreman.
Dang it, not The Notebook. Sorry, I redact everything I just said on this particular point, not other thing. I'm kidding. Can we applaud them for this movie though?
I just did
because I'm finishing what I'm saying, but I kept getting interrupted. Is that they were able to bring and combine our MCU characters, our animated series, the video game series. They combined every different type of comic, Spider-Man. They combined everything into this movie.
Yeah.
Everything. And it was so awesome. They made a reference to Doctor Strange and messing up the multiverse in No Way Home. They had Miles. Oh, what's his name? Childish Gambino. The guy. I can't remember his name. He was in there playing as Uncle Aaron, and he was dressed up as the Prowler. Which, for reference, guys, is that was from Homecoming. He was the guy from Homecoming. And they're really trying to take this movie, this set of movies, and tie it into everything else, which I really, really, really like. Versus kind of in the past, we've seen there was for an example, the Hulk back in the day. They haven't tied that Bruce Banner with this MCU. They're slowly bringing, they brought Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield into the MCU, and they're showing that the multiverse is there, and they're really taking a step to take all the characters that were already created and tie them all together, because in the end, that's what they want, right? They want everybody to be accessible, which I really, really like. So big shout out to them. That was a big part of the movie, being able to see some nostalgia. We saw Andrew Garfield in this movie. Physically saw Andrew Garfield. That was friggin' sweet.
I think they just take it from the movie though?
They did take it from the movie, yeah.
Yeah.
But they referenced and they were like, "Hey, this is you." They showed that this the Peter Parker that was in the first movie. This was that Peter Parker that helped Miles train is actually Andrew Garfield's Peter Parker. So they reference that and help us connect the dots, which I really like. I want to talk about Miguel. I think we sat at the movie theater and Miguel popped up, which is, I don't know which Spider-Man he actually is. Miguel O'Hara. I think it's from 2099.
Something like that. Futuristic one.
But let me just say, out of all of the Spider-Men, that one was one of the freaking coolest Spider-Man I have ever seen.
Oh, and I'd never seen the vampire in Spider-Man, which is a kind of a weird Spider-Man, but it's Spider-Verse. Anything can happen, dude. Literally the whole world. You could just make up whatever Spider-Man you want, but and I liked how they went into his story too, and why, kind of his why and his background, and what kind of pushes him to do what he does, and basically why he's going after Miles Morales to with the multiverse, and to stop him from taking over, or trying to stop him from saving his father. I think he's a BA character that we got a little glimpse of. I don't know. I think, like, this is the problem I'm having too with a little bit of it. I guess, I mean, Miles Morales is now like basically the strongest Spider-Man, technically, because he beat all the other Spider-Mans in the movie. All the ones that were put in as a thingy-majiggy, a guy that goes across the Spider-Verse stopping anomalies, whatever they call them.
Mm-hmm.
I
mean,
and then,
to be fair, all he did was just swing around. That was it.
I mean, yeah, and he didn't really fight anybody. He was just faster than them, but he, like, technically, like, outsmarted them in a way. So, like, and that's one of Peter Parker's kind of superpowers, is that he's smart. He's incredibly smart, that he built his own web slinging devices to accompany him as a Spider-Man. And this Miguel guy, he's supposed to be from the future. So he's got all the cool technologies, the things that technically Miles Morales doesn't have. And I get it, you gotta push the story, but it don't make no sense in some ways that he's doing all these things to Miguel, and Miguel can't even keep up with this guy. And
to be fair, Miguel is a freaking... He's probably 200 pounds heavier than than Miles Morales.
Okay, yeah, but he's also freaking a superhero.
True. I did find that dumb. I did find that. I agree. I was like, oh man,
there's no way.
My
I mean,
Spidey
like,
senses were tingling.
There's no way,
much.
that he, as well as like all the other spider senses that were. I mean, it's interesting concept. I mean, and it's a cartoon. You know, we can't. It's just like, there's got to be this. This kid's been a Spider-Man for what, 2-3 years, and some of these guys been Spider-Man for way longer than that. So
yeah,
it's just like, you know, and I wish somebody would have been more on his side. And just him alone. And I don't know why they didn't decide, like, okay, we got to have somebody be on his side here, and help him out. I mean, because it seemed like,
I guess Peter kind of did.
Yeah.
He wanted to help, but he was like, we'll talk about the big plot point, because that's kind of the next thing, right?
Yeah.
Peter tried to help, but it's like, come to find out, Miles wasn't actually supposed to be Spider-Man in the first place, and that somebody messed up. I can't remember who it was. Somebody messed up the
Spot.
multiverse.
It was Spot that made
Spot.
from the Spider-Man into the Spider-Verse, right? Yeah, into the Spider-Verse.
Yeah,
the whole, and it's, I don't know, man.
A spider was meant to. Oh, he went back in time.
He got a Spider-Man from a different Spider-Verse, 42. And then Miles was supposed to be bit in that. No,
I don't remember.
I can't remember if he was supposed to be bit.
Somehow, the Spider-Man from Spider-Man 42, the spider came to Miles Morales' world. Miles Morales ended up getting bit, became Spider-Man. They already had a Spider-Man that died in the first movie. But that's basically the big plot point, is that he's not supposed to be Spider-Man. Right. And that his whole life is basically a lie, right? He shouldn't have been where he is right now. He should have just been a kid at school, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And so I agree with you. I think that I felt the kid and how lonely he could have been, right? Like in feeling like betrayed by his friends, right? Like by being betrayed by Gwen, by being betrayed by Peter. That was a big that was a big selling point for me. As it's like, man, I actually care about this character more now because I'm like, he's all by himself now. Like everything that he thought he was actually wasn't supposed to be that. But it also gives a little hope. Is like maybe it was supposed to actually be that way, right? Like what actually happens, and that's where.
Well, and then and it builds up to towards the end of the movie too. That you're like gets you a little bit more pumped about the next movie because at the end of the movie, he does technically have more people on it. He does have more people on his side than he when at that point, and so I think that's a huge build up for what's the next one called? Spider-Man something
Beyond the Spider-Verse.
Beyond the Spider-Verse, yeah. And so like it's a huge build up for that, and they did a fantastic job. I mean, fantastic job building it up, 100%. Because I'm so pumped for this next movie, and we only have to wait 2 years. But the thing is with that too is that
1 year.
1 year.
Less
That's
than
right.
a year.
It's 2023. It's coming out
March.
in 2024. But they anticipated that they had enough money from the first movie that they were able to do the second one for sure. And then I don't even know what's going to happen after this, or even if they will do it. I hope they don't actually. I think they need to either end it here and then kind of move on, or
I say they bring it to the MCU. Bring them into the world of the MCU.
I think what they're gonna do, since they've really introduced Miles Morales as Spider-Man instead of Peter Parker, they're gonna do a Miles Morales, IRL, and that's gonna be
that live action.
Yeah, live action. Yeah, and they're definitely gonna be doing that.
What
they just got.
Do you know any candidates that you would say like you would want to be Miles Morales? Because I thought about this as I was driving home. The kid, what's his name from Stranger Things? What's his name?
He could. Caleb McLaughlin. You know what? He would. He would be he's got to bulk up maybe a little bit.
Here, let me share my screen real quick. Let's see what we think. We got the stream here. What you guys think here? He's 21 years old. How tall is he? I mean, I think he's pretty tall, I think. Let's take a look. I mean, because Spider-Man, if I'm not mistaken, is pretty freaking tall.
He's supposed to be
should
tall,
be a little bit lengthy. I don't know. But I was thinking, because I was like, who could be the live-action Spider-Man? And this is the first person that popped up. I was like, he could be really good. Caleb McLaughlin.
Okay. Where the hell is this guy from?
Drop down your comments. Who do you think would be a good candidate for Miles Morales live action? I'm curious to see. I really think Caleb McLaughlin could be a good one.
Jaden Smith.
I could not do it. Oh.
No, I'm just kidding. No, I think Caleb could be a good. Yeah, he's like, I'm looking at a picture. He's just got to shave and look more like a younger guy. Because
Caleb McLaughlin.
That's the only thing. I think he'd be a perfect role. Everybody already knows him. Everybody already loves him. And huge hit out. Broke out from Stranger Things, and this could be his breakout role, showing his acting skills.
Yeah.
So I
Drop your comments. Drop your comments down below. We want to see them. Heck yeah. We'll post it on Twitter too, or Instagram too. See what people think. Anyway, I wanted to ask you about the Indian Spider-Man. How'd you feel about the Indian Spider-Man? Him using
yo-yos?
Yo-yo, or
I don't even know what they were.
It's one of those things where
Yeah.
Um,
I thought it was a cool guy. I mean, it was what's his name from oh man, what movies has he been in? I can't remember. He was in Paul Blart, wasn't he? Let me look. He's got to be in Paul Blart. Where are you? He was in he was in Deadpool. That's right. He was the taxi driver in Deadpool.
that
And
was
this
him.
is yeah. And he had to be the look at me. I just thinking any guy that was Indian guy that was just this guy. But yeah, this guy, I hilarious. He had the personality for basically a Spider-Man, I think, and he fit right in. But I mean, it was interesting to see that type of Spider-Verse,
Mhm.
the Indian type of Spider-Verse. And I think they nailed it. I think they really nailed it. I think the visuals was amazing. Like yet again, I mean, bravo to all the artists that put in effort to this whole movie, because that, I mean, let alone that, you got the story, you got the acting, you got then this whole visual effects, man, it's just beautiful, like couldn't be better,
Mhm.
just couldn't be
I think it
better.
was
And
awesome. I think it was awesome bringing in like multiple different cultures and like
mm-hmm,
seeing, okay, who's their Spider-Man, right?
right,
Because our Spider-Man's not the same as the Indian Spider-Man.
right,
They have
no,
different Spider-Man.
and that's like when we were doing our mock rock at Crown, we made sure we had a diversity of people, because we knew people were going to vote for us and cheer for us if we just chose from our select group of people weren't going to really be happy with us. But if we had a variety of that and we mixed them in with us, it worked out. And this is how I think you really bring different cultures into a movie. You don't force it down and just do it straight, just Indian or whatever. It has the
Yep.
complexity of everyone and joining everyone in and bringing in their strengths and weaknesses, and then they basically work together and friggin' dominate.
Diversity is always good,
Yeah.
especially with like movies like these.
Mm.
Like absolutely,
Yeah.
100%. I really liked it. I thought it was cool. My whole thing was I was like, how he doesn't have like a web shooter.
Yeah.
So like, how did
I
he
get that. Yeah. That was kind
reach?
of dumb. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, but I could look past that. I'm not too worried about it. But it's just one of those things that I was thinking about. I was like, huh. But overall, it was really cool.
Yeah.
Um, man, I really want to see this movie again, dude. I'm just
Dude,
looking at pictures. It's
I do want to go see this. I mean,
such
Tyler
a good
wants to go
movie.
see it, and I might bring her again, or bring
It's
her, and we'll
so
go see it
good,
together.
dude. It's so good. It hits on all levels, guys. It hits
It
on
really does.
feels. It hits on the love. It
A couple
hits
times
on
I was gonna cry
action.
there.
I mean, it hits on the family aspect. It hits on
Mm-hmm.
the villain. It hits on everything. And
Everything, man.
like,
Everything.
I think personally, for this year, I'm gonna put this. This is gonna be in my top 5 for
Oh
the
yeah.
year,
Oh,
easily,
100%. 100%.
easily. Um, like this was such a good movie. So,
Mm-hmm.
definitely go check it out if you made it to this point and you haven't seen the movie and you stuck around. We appreciate you guys. But go check it out. Go check it out for yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Big shout out. For those of you who don't know, we like to go to a place called Imagine, Minnesota.
Mm-hmm.
It's a theater that's here in Minnesota,
Oh
and
yeah.
let's just say they just provide some of the best service that like I've ever gotten at a movie theater. I grew up in Austin, Texas. We have what's called Cinemark. We had Tinseltown down there, but like up with Imagine is that it's like a family friendly place. It's like people actually care about you. The people who are asking about you, and you know, for us, like I'm a huge fan of Imagine. They've
Yeah.
also been sharing our content and being big supporters of who we are and what we're doing, and obviously preparing or being at their place. And so we just want to give a big shout out to them. we spend a lot of money with you guys. So if you guys want to do a partnership with us, let us know. Even if it's just like once a month, you get a free ticket or something. I'm just kidding. But I mean, I'm kidding, but I'm not kidding, but I'm kidding. If you want to give us a partnership, please bring it on. We'd love to work with you guys. But other than that, I'm going to call it here in terms of the podcast. We've been going since 8 o'clock, and the first hour was all debate. So if you guys like, subscribe, comment down below who you think would be a good fit for the live action Miles Morales.
Yep.
My opinion is Caleb McLaughlin. I want to hear what your guys' options are. I think it'd be a good fit. We're also doing a giveaway at 100 followers on Instagram, on any of the social medias. We're doing a giveaway, so follow there. Leave a comment on the post. We'll have it pinned. But other than that, we'll see you next week. Regan, any last little closing statements?
Yeah, my local finds for this week are I found Harry Potter Prisoner of Azkaban, the last VCR ever made of Harry Potter, and I got it. I'm the one who got it. And I got a combo TV. If you don't follow me on Instagram my personal page,
we'll post it on our Instagram.
Yeah, we'll post that of my combo TV VCR that I have out in my porch, and I'm loving it. So that's all I had to say. Did you have anything?
Nope. I just want to let you get in your last little comments. Thanks, we love you guys. We love you guys. Next week, we are going to be talking about.
Was it Transformers?
Transformers, I think.
Isn't that what's coming out this weekend?
What is coming out this weekend? Movies.
I thought that's what we talked about.
I think so. Let me just double check. Yeah. Opens Wednesday. Transformers. Next week, we're going to be talking about Transformers. So if you guys like Transformers, we'll be talking about next week. We'll make some posts on Instagram, stuff like that. Other than that, we'll see you there.
Thanks for listening to the Double G Show. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to our YouTube channel at The Goof and Goober Show. And why don't you check out our Instagram page at The Goof and Goober Show for even more content and drop a follow. Thanks again, and have a wonderful day.